Let's dive right into some Maryland Sire Stakes action from the ocean that took place recently for 3-year-olds. All of these finals had a rich purse of $85,000. First, let's feature the Free State bred sophomore filly Trotters.
They went a half mile in 1:01. That was a 31-second soft cycle panel as Ghoulishness and Foster trying to lull this field to sleep. No excuse for Call Me Goo. She's right there, and she's about to get the green light. It's a gap of 2. Inside, Excuse My Booty third, and on the outside, moving up 2 spots, is Gimme Goobumps fourth. Back fifth goes Road Grace Miss Ellie, and dropping about last was Whitesville Pride. Foster popped the plugs there. Ghoulishness and Call Me Goo. Gimme Goobumps on the outside in third. Then comes Excuse My Beauty. They've gone 3/4 in 1:30 and 4 very soft fractions. It is still Ghoulishness. Call Me Goo has to do better. On the far outside is Gimme Goobumps third. 3-year-old trotting fillies into the stretch into the Maryland Sire Stakes Final. And it is Ghoulishness trying to see it through, but Call Me Goo on the outside, just too much. Call Me Goo takes over and takes the 3-year-old trotting filly Maryland Stakes Final.
Call Me Goo, owned by Graham Grace Stables, was the 1-5 favorite and got a good trip to pick up the victory in 1:59 and 2. The daughter of Goo Goo Gaga had John Roberts at the controls for trainer Jason Skinner.
The way it worked out, we had to fall in the 2-hole there, which is where we've been in all the eliminations behind the same horse, so I was pretty comfortable with it, and she got the job done.
And what's this horse like to drive?
Oh, she's a Cadillac. She's very nice to drive. She has some gears that we haven't seen yet, so hopefully here in the future we're going to take her to some other stake races, and we'll see what she's got.
Talk about this horse's personality a bit.
She's pretty even keel. She's almost too even keel for me. I like to see her have a little bit more like fire in her, She just kind of goes with the flow and doesn't get worked up. And I mean, she's really everything you want. I just kind of like to see a little bit more fire in her belly, kind of get me excited. Sometimes I worry about her being sick. She's so even keel, but she's a nice filly.
Moving on, we'll bring in our 3-year-old Maryland-bred filly Pacers, vying for the winner's share of the purse.
They went a half mile in 58 and 3, 30 and 3, soft second panel there with 3/8 to go. Then it's the tandem of HS Josie outside of Joyce's Real Honey. And last of all is Rezzy's All In, but it's wide open here. 5.5 from top to bottom. And Val's Girl, and she's drawn a line in the sand, and she's trying to take it all the way. On the outside, Spy's Last Game continues to battle on. Inside, Phoenix Rising. She's going to need a pace to go. They've gone 3/4 here in 1:28 on the final turn here in the Maryland Sire Stakes Final for 3-year-old pacing fillies. And Val's Girl, they're ganging up on her here. On the outside, Spy's Last Game, Phoenix Rising 3 wide. Morgan's All In from well back. Trey Porter kicking in with HS Josie into the stretch, and Val's Girl's got a bit more. Val's Girl from the inside. Phoenix Rising trying to get her. Val's Rising needs the line. Val's Rising almost home. Val's Girl has won it. Phoenix Rising second.
Val's Girl, owned by LeBlanc Racing, William Lutz Jr., and Count the Money Stable, went from gate to wire and won by a head with Roger Plant Jr. in the bike. The daughter of Rusty's For Real is conditioned by Steve LeBlanc.
Okay, Roger, talk about how that race went.
It was a little tougher than I expected, but it worked out great. Able to get the front, get a little middle half break, a little rest, and from there she just dug in. They kept coming, and them horses right behind me raced great, and just happy to be able to get her done, get her job done.
Excellent, excellent. What's this horse like to drive?
She's a little difficult, but she's a winner. I have a lot of confidence in her. She's always able to get you there. One way or another, she's going to get you there. But she's just so much fun to drive, just a pleasure. But the whole family's been great. It's been a good ride. So she just outgained him, and just really pleased to be here tonight. That worked out great.
She did her job. She got to the lead, controlled the race, and finished it right to the wire. I was getting a little nervous down by the wire. It was time to get there, but she got the job done.
And how is this horse to train?
Oh, she's great. No, she's perfect. She's nice to jog, enjoys her work every day, and just a pleasure to be around.
Next, we'll check out our sophomore Colt and Gelding Trotters in their Sire Stakes Final.
They reach the half mile in 1:01.1 with 1 lap to go. Moving on the outside in third is Goo Goo Eyes as Roger Plant Jr. looks for another win on the card. Shuffle back toward the inside. Fourth is Terry's Watching, picking up the cover now, and right back in contention is How Do You Goo. And next in line, moving to be third over, is KJ Roberts down the backstretch. So things tightening up here. 10 out of 10, trying to see this through. Duet second, under first over pressure is Goo Goo Eyes third. Far outside, How Do You Goo's trying to mount a comeback. Down toward the inside, Terry's Watching. Also firing up 3 deep is KJ Roberts. They've gone 3/4 in 1:32, but fractions to the advantage of 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 and a valiant effort from How Do You Goo's right up alongside. Duet needs to pick it up. 3 wide from the back, KJ Roberts. 3-year-old Colt and Geldings in the Maryland Sire Stakes Final. And 10 out of 10 at a determined How Do You Goo on the outside. 10 out of 10. Got it!
10 out of 10. Owned and trained by Carrie Welty, set off all the teletimers for the 2:01.1 victory. And we saw driver John Roberts once again in victory lane as he drove this son of Cam's Rocket in this big Sire Stakes Final.
Now, how did that race compare to the one you won earlier?
Well, that was a totally different race. That Colt finally drew in the right spot to beat those horses. There's several in there that are pretty competitive, and we finally had the post position to beat them tonight. So it worked out well.
Do you get to drive this horse a lot?
I do. I drove him all year, last year and this year. He's a nice gated horse. He's got a little bit of speed, and you know, it's a competitive group. There's several in there that can win it. So luckily, things just kind of broke our way tonight.
2 for the night so far. How are you going to celebrate?
I'm going to probably drive home and go to sleep. We got an early morning in the morning tomorrow.
And finally, it's the 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers we're going to check out in their big Sire Stakes event.
The half mile was 56-1. So Smooth Rocket maintains the lead, but will have to buckle down. Here comes Absolutely on the outside at 20-1 to take on the favorite as they move down the backstretch. Babes All In is in third, followed in fourth by Nikki's All In down the backstretch. And on the outside, Absolutely. But Smooth Rocket is emboldened by that challenge and comes back and turns that one aside. They've gone 3/4 in 1:25 on the final turn of the Maryland Sire Stakes Final for 3-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings. And trying to see it through is Smooth Rocket, but not going away. Absolutely. They're on even terms, nothing between them here. In third is Babes All In. It's the upset-minded Absolutely. On the inside, Smooth Rocket would not back down, but looking to benefit off the duel at the inside, Babes All In. Smooth Rocket, Babes All In's got it!
Babes All In, owned and conditioned by Ron Short, benefited from a great journey around the half-mile oval to score in 1:54.1. In the driver's seat for this victory, behind the son of Rusty's All In, was Jared Moyer.
All right, congratulations on the big win. Tell us how that race unfolded.
It's kind of like I was hoping. I mean, I seen Russell was coming out of there, and I had the choice either to follow him or try to make him get behind me, but there was too many behind me, so it worked out good.
And what's this horse like to drive?
He's perfect to drive. He's got gate speed, comes from behind, do anything you want, tries hard.
Can you tell us what it's like to win such a big race?
It's awesome. It's always awesome to win a big race.
A big post-time congratulations goes out to all of the Maryland Sire Stakes Final winners at Ocean Downs.